All right, time for lunch. Here's Chef Judi.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. You know, Rosh Hashanah is here and the season of the Jewish holidays. Apples and honey are how we love to celebrate. And with delicious things like cinnamon babka. And I'm so excited because it gets a little frustrating. Sometimes you go into a grocery store and matzah is for Passover in the spring, and yet they'll put out matzah and things like that for Rosh Hashanah. And Rosh Hashanah in our celebrating of the New Year is all about the sweet New Year. So we're making briskets and roast turkeys and roast chickens and cinnamon babka. And I'm so excited because the Fresh Market is now carrying a brand of cinnamon babka. They have both cinnamon and chocolate. Since I'm not a chocolate fan, I'm going with the cinnamon. My nanny used to make it homemade, 2 varieties, one always chocolate, but it's basically a rolled sweet bread, and you can see it's layers of cinnamon. Today I'm going to saute up some apples and bring some goodness together with brown butter, and we're going to have the perfect brunch or holiday dessert. So stay with me. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Let's change gears, talk about lunch once again. Here's Chef Judi.
Welcome back. So as I mentioned, for the Jewish holidays, I'm working with cinnamon babka that I picked up at the Fresh Market. Now, if you want to know more about apples in general and which type of apples for a pie and different things like that, you can watch this Suncoast View from just a few days ago. On Wednesday, I did a whole segment about which apples for which type of baking. Today, I'm going to use a combination of Braeburn and Granny Smith. So I've peeled some Granny Smith, and what I'm going to do is add a few Braeburns. Braeburns are going to hold up a little better than a Macintosh. Macintosh is great for applesauce. And I'll serve homemade applesauce along with my brisket, of course, I did the other night, and I'll have it again over the weekend. So we're going to take the apple, and if you don't have an apple core, let's just get 4 good quarters out of that. Then lay it on its side, and with a sharp knife, we're going to get some thin slices going, okay? Now, what I want you to do is take some unsalted butter, nice creamy unsalted butter, and we're going to make a little brown butter in the pan, which is really easy because you just want to watch it. You don't want to burn the butter, but you can see just already on the sides you get, and this isn't clarified butter, it's not ghee, but you can see where the brown is happening. You're watching the foam, that's how you're going to incorporate it in, and you know that it's browning well. Save your peels for your compost pile or to pour in some apple cider to keep on the burner, have nice and warm, and you can stick cloves on this just like you would with orange peel. So that's another way that you can do it. So let's get the apples in the pan. The butter's browned, it's not too hot. Adding the apples is going to chill the pan of butter down a little bit, which is kind of the perfect mode we want to be in. So we want to give them just a little saute. Okay, now because they're going to saute and be exposed to the air, the oxygen that's going to add a little brownness to them, I'm just going to take off these few seeds right there, and I'm going to give it a squeeze of citrus, and that's going to just hold the color up, okay? I love to serve something more like a brunch type of dessert for my holiday cooking. So when we come back, let's finish this up. We'll do some cinnamon whipped cream. I'll show you the babka, and we will get it all layered, and it's going to be just perfect. I'll be right back, and we'll continue cooking. Welcome back. So we have our apples sauteing in the brown butter, and we'll just give it a little toss and a pinch of that lemon juice. And that's just going to help it keeping the vibrant color that we want. Now this time of year, you want to get out about a cup of sugar, and you want to add a good quality cinnamon. I like to use the Cambodian or Vietnamese cinnamon, is my personal choice, but I don't like to buy cinnamon in big containers because I want to hold on the integrity of that spice that it has, right? So this is fine. You might want to add a little allspice, apple pie spice to it. That can go in a baggie or in a glass bottle with a shaker, and you can get those over at restaurant supply stores and of course the Fresh Market. And then I have fresh cinnamon and sugar seasoning for the entire fall and winter season as we do the apples. So remember, we used the Granny Smith and a few Brayburns in this. Now, because I want to give a little moment to our Israeli roots where pomegranates, fresh figs, things like that are so prominent. If you can't find fresh figs, no problem, but you are going to find the pomegranates. Now remember, this red stains your clothes, so be a little careful. So I give it just a little encouragement with my knife here, because what we're going for are these seeds, and then we're going to give it a tap, and the seeds will come out, and we'll have the beautiful pomegranate seeds that add great color and loaded with the antioxidants, so we can justify a little sugar and butter that's going to go on that as well, right? Two ways we can present this. One is we can take the cinnamon babka as it is, and I just have some individual cast iron pans, which are really nice to work with. I'm going to pour the apples on top, little drizzle of maple syrup, and I have some cinnamon whipped cream. I'm going to make sure I layer that up for goodness. So when I come back, we'll be able to just taste it all together and have a warm dessert. You don't have to be Jewish to love this recipe. I'll be back in just a few minutes. So here we have it. The cinnamon babka, just as it is beautiful. It's going to make a great French toast. We're going to serve it as an individual dessert. And because it's the Jewish New Year, some delicious orange blossom honey right on top. Topped it with cinnamon whipped cream. You can use pumpkin ice cream if you want. What I really love about it is we have that pop from the pomegranate, so it gives a little bit of the tartness in with the warm sauteed apples, and we can just make layers. This is going to sit perfectly with the cinnamon babka. If you want this recipe, just log on to www.mysuncoast.com. You'll find the recipe in the video, and as I mentioned, if you want more information about apples, look back for Wednesday's appearance and Thursday morning's appearance from the Suncoast View. We'll have all the apple information you need. Wishing you all a Shana Tova, a happy and a healthy and a sweet new year.